We're here on the Twitch stage, powered by Phantom, talking to the cast and the creator of Stand Against Evil. How you guys doing?
Never better.
Great.
We got John C. McGinley, we got Janet C. Varney, and Elliot C. Gould.
Elliot C. Gould.
I know,
I got promoted.
You like that, right? Dana C. Gould. I
Yeah,
apologize.
Elliot. Yeah, or Elliot.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We saw the trailer. We're excited. Getting ready. November 1st, Stand Against Evil.
Just in time for Halloween. Yes, November.
So tell us. Okay, Stand Against Evil. It's on IFC.
Yes.
Can you give like the bookend, the cover book?
The premise of the show
Yeah,
is...
the premise. There you
the
go.
premise of the show is
I
quite
know
simple.
words.
What if Archie Bunker replaced Buffy the Vampire Slayer? It's a sitcom trapped in a horror movie. It's a guy that has to fight monsters, and it's not that he doesn't believe in them, he just doesn't give a crap. And Janet is his the other side of the coin, who's the sheriff in town that has to deal with this problem.
Sure, and he's the only one that's actually lived through.
Yeah, every sheriff in town has been cursed and has died in office because in the 1600s the sheriff burned 172 people as witches, and they've cursed sheriffs on the town. Every sheriff has died except him, and they don't know why. We find out in the show it's because his wife was killing demons behind his back to protect him.
Okay.
And the tone of the piece that Dana has hewed to
Elliot. Sorry.
You like that?
quite assiduously is we borrow liberally from An American Werewolf in London.
Oh, okay.
And so while we didn't have we don't have Baker's budget Rick Baker's budget, we do have scary demons and funny jokes, and that's a hard place to occupy, because if you take the two extremes of horror, so The Exorcist being one extreme, you can't break a joke in The Exorcist, and
Right,
the other
it'd be
extreme
a little
being
weird.
the other extreme, although Lee J. Cobb tries, the other he does, not successfully, and the other extreme being Scooby-Doo, where there's jokes but the monsters are denuded, and we're somewhere in the middle there, and Dana kind of occupies that space.
Yeah.
I find Scooby-Doo monsters terrifying, so I can't. He's not speaking for me.
Until they pull their mask off and it's just old Mr. Jenkins from the abandoned
It's
amusement
Old Man
park.
Withers.
Right.
No.
Withers, you're right. Yeah, basically it's while it is tricky, it's the only thing I know how to do. So to that end, it's not that difficult.
Well, you're doing it well because season 2 is coming out November 1st.
Yeah, season 1, if you haven't seen it, is on Hulu right now, and you can get all caught up.
Now, I don't know.
And it's on Amazon, and it's on Netflix, or rather iTunes.
Yeah, it's not on. I don't think it's on Netflix.
And there's a marathon of season 1 on IFC on Halloween. For those of you who don't like engaging with the public on Halloween.
Yeah. Now we're not saying don't take time out for your family, food, or basic hygiene, but you really otherwise have no excuse to not see the show.
That's right.
Now I don't know how spoilery we can get, but can we
get plenty spoilery.
Can we talk about like where season 2 starts?
Yeah. I'll take that. Season 1 ended with what we call a bit of a cliffhanger. Janet's character was trapped in the 1600s, about to get burned alive at the stake. And so I had painted myself into quite a corner. And I wanted to start the show off in a way that resolved that story, unlike another show like, I don't know, let me pull a name out of the hat, Twin Peaks. I thought it would be interesting to actually address the issue instead of going, Janet's trapped in the 1600s, about to get burned at the stake. I know, but look at that, an old pinball machine. I wonder if it works.
Just the I love the shade. I love the shade.
I'd be happy to work with David Lynch. I just want to make it clear that
David Lynch told me a great joke the other day. Knock, knock, who's there? Ted. Ted who? Never mind. What is that, a balloon? Spoiler alert, Janet doesn't die in the first episode. We find a way.
Sorry, guys.
We find a way to rescue her from the 1600s, and by doing that, it gives John the opportunity to find this vehicle of limited time travel to go back into the past and correct some things about his life that are very important.
And by John, you mean Stan?
Stan, yes,
Okay.
John McGinley. He wants to go back and save his wife's life, and unfortunately, things like that never work out the way you planned. And the premise of this series is good intentions gone horribly wrong.
Right on.
Just like life.
That's the story of my life. I always have the best ideas, and they never ever pan out for me.
I know.
Now I gotta ask you a question. Stan is weathered man. Do you drink to get into character? I just wondering.
No, I just read the words Dana puts on the page. They're so bulletproof that when you get the scripts, you got to just you follow the path that Dana cut. It's pretty remarkable what he puts on the page.
Now, this is a question that everybody asks. I know it's a softball, blah, 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 blah. What drew you to the project?
When the scripts that I got, that Dana wrote, I said yes to, and then I wanted to add some compassion and some love to Stan underneath it all. I thought to make him, so we can reconcile him being the Archie Bunker equal opportunity offender, there had to be some core love in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, and Dana allowed me to explore that, and so that's what rounded out, that's what bullnosed the edges for Stan.
And I think, honestly, having watched your previous work and stuff, they couldn't have picked a better actor to portray someone who has rough edges, but has, a core goodness.
And a vulnerability.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, otherwise he's just this week's jackass, and who cares?
Right.
I would change the channel.
Yeah.
Right,
And,
yeah.
And so that Dana let us explore that and keep a bunch of that in, which is easily lost in the edit. Was a game changer for me, and he doubled down on that. Dana doubled down on that in season 2 and gave Janet and myself this stunning emotional arc, while not taking away from the comedy or the horror.
Sure.
There are some things that Janet and I get to do in season 2 that are just an actor's dream.
And the comedy and the horror works better when it's grounded in reality anyway, and that emotion lends to that. And I will say, like to what John said, what John and Janet brought to their characters makes me look better as a writer, because I'm forced to rise to their challenge and to go deeper and to make it better. So that's what's, I have 2 jobs. I'm a stand-up comedian, which is a completely solitary job, and then I'm a TV show writer, and that's it's a group effort, and it's such a relief to have creative partners, and it's a complete collaboration with all of the actors, and just not ever wardrobe.
Speaking of wardrobe, I'm really curious, what are some of the horror stories and that inspired you to kind of construct season 1?
Well, season 1 was based on the premise of the show is that it was like Salem, Massachusetts. There was a horrible witch burning, and the witches have cursed all the sheriffs of this town. So it gave me, using that canvas, it let me tell stories that follow that arc and then do standalone episodes. It's a lot like the X-Files. We have mythology episodes that follow the mythology, and then we have standalone episodes that are my chance to do parody and homages to movies that I love. And in season 1, we had a big demon that was sort of my homage to one of my favorite drive-in movies, Prophecy, Remain Seated. And in season 2, we have an episode that is a tribute to an American Werewolf in London, which is one of my favorite movies, called Curse of the Were-Pony, half man, half pony, all terror. And we have a demon baby. We have a lot of we have a lot of great stuff. Demon baby as opposed to just baby.
Right.
Which, not to be redundant, but no, it's a ton of fun, and then you get to have those, and then you go back and you dig into the mythology, and I thought it worked really well on the X-Files, and I thought, I'll steal that.